what's she going to grab? The apple. So she's going to be in this position, flex at the elbow. She's reaching up here, and I'm not even going to bother head between your head here, but she's going to reach and pick like this, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I have to provide resistance at multiple joints all at once, okay? And the simple way to do this is that I'm going to start with the hand here first. My hand is going to go over my patient's hand. But she's going to be resisting into extension all the way through, okay? What muscles are involved? Extensor carpi communis, right? I have to be extensor digitorum communis, I'll say, right? Okay. So I have to be where my fingers are over the very tips of hers. She's going to have resistance all the way through. So I rotate my hand down like this over the top, and I'm going to go ahead, and this is kind of the crisscross thing. I always have to have my arms crisscrossed when I start. And I want to make sure I never, ever leave contact with the patient. Okay? So here we go. I come over the top like this, cross over. I'm going to reach this way around, and I'm going to grab right here. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, we're going to go from here, and you're going to come all the way down here, and I'll let her open her fingers up. She goes into this position. Hand out to the side. Okay? Like that. Okay, that's the end position here. You remember that was like? You came up here like this, right? You come down here and put the apple in the basket. Line up from choice life. Look at that. Pick the apple. Very good. Put the apple in the basket. Very nice. Okay? Now, when I do my diagonals, I never leave contact with the patient. What I do is this. I'll be up here like this with the arm and say, here we go. We'll start up here. When you come down, go ahead, come on down. I can give resistance at the fingers. So try to extend your fingers and do this. She's doing that. I can also give resistance at the wrist. Okay? And I can also hold here to try to prevent her from going into abduction at the shoulder. I can also be pushing down this way to get the elbow for flexion. Okay, I'm trying to push her into flexion. So you can tell she's using what here as far as muscles. Fingers, she's activating her extensors at the wrist, the extensors, the elbow, extension, and she's moving into kind of the abduction. And because I got 2 points of control right here, I can also do what with controlling her glenohumeral joint? She's moving into
lateral rotation or medial rotation.
Medial rotation, and I'm giving her resistance into that. So you can see I'm going to be doing lots and lots of different things. Power comes through that. She's moving down like this. Okay. And maybe I want to spend a little more time here. Okay, I can pull here, try to pull her into adduction, put her into elbow flexion, but I can pick where I want to give my priority of resistance. She comes all the way down like this, and this is the tricky part, not that it's that tricky, but you make the hand sandwich. I'm going to put this out here so you can see it. I'm on this side of her hand right here. I'm going to take my hand here, never lose contact, right? Make a hand sandwich, got it? Okay. Bread. Butter. Hand sandwich, okay? Because once I do that, now what I have to do is I can let go of my original one here, and I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to go, go ahead and you're going to pull up all the way, just up. I get it right here. I have to get my arm out the way. Here we go. So pull up. She's going to pull up here and curl her fingers and go back up here. Pick the apple. So here I am up here, right? Now I go ahead, hand sandwich, crisscross my arms. I'm always crisscrossed. Come back down. All the way down. What do I do now? Hand sandwich. Crisscross my arms. Come on up. Like this. Okay. What do I do now? Sandwich. Crisscross. Come on down. And that's how you work through it. So you'll never get confused. You'll work through a nice smooth pattern. Okay? Now to be honest, I'm pretty lost. I don't do great big patterns all together at one time. I don't do that often. Okay? You pick and choose. I mean, if people do it a lot and believe in PNF, they're pretty smooth. Okay? But for what we're going to do, we get you started on this for the D1 flexion. Okay? So we're starting right here on this guy. So questions on that. It's going to take a little bit of practice. I'm going to come back in a little bit, then do the opposite. That's going to be the D2 flexion. Okay? That's going to be the lightsaber. Draw the sword. Get it back. Okay? Questions at all?